What is up, ladies and gentlemen? Celts here, coming to you guys again with another rebuilding video, and this time we are working with the Chicago Bulls. If I could speak, that was weird. But we're working with the Chicago Bulls. This is the new look Chicago Bulls. I already know I rebuilt them. We wanted to start the Eastern Conference, but I wanted to do this team just because I like the look of it in the sense of it's a lot different than I expected. They got rid of Jimmy Butler for almost nothing, and it's going to take a lot of moves to get this team to work out the way I want it to. But the first move I'm doing is Dwayne Wade has to get off this team. Actually, no, not Dwayne Wade. Robin Lopez is going to be the first one that I move off this team. I'm going to do Robin Lopez and Rajon Rondo. Going to move them together and get rid of them as quickly as possible. TJ McConnell's not a horrible deal because he's not getting paid like any money at all. Jordan Clarkson and Luol Deng. We're going to do this. I'm going to dump Luol Deng's contract in the offseason because right now it doesn't really matter. Actually, no, I might be able to do it now. Dwayne Wade has no offers, but if I do Dwayne Wade and Luol Deng, nope. Okay, so Dwayne Wade and Jordan Clarkson. That's not a horrible deal from the Grizzlies, and that's the only one that I'm really getting right now. So let's just keep that. I'm going to keep Zach LaVine on the team. That's the one thing I want to try and do, is just to see if I can make it a challenge where I can rebuild by keeping Zach LaVine on the team. Denzel Valentine, I could get Frank Kaminsky onto the team. I could get Frank Ntilikina. I found out how to pronounce his name. It took me a really long time, apparently. Al Jefferson isn't a horrible deal. Tristan Thompson, though. Frank Kaminsky or Frank Ntilikina. There's double Franks, but I think I'm going to do Ntilikina. He'll be a nice backup point guard for the team. And then I'm going to do Markkanen. I might keep Markkanen. I'm not exactly sure yet. But Courtney Lee and... what if I did Courtney Lee and Markkanen? Can I move them for somebody solid? I don't know what kind of value Markkanen... Markkanen doesn't really have that high of value. So that's not all that great. But Courtney Lee and like Dwayne Wade. Nope. So what about Dwayne Wade and Mirotic? Can I move them together? Mike Conley and Tony Allen. I could get Kemba Walker and Dwight Howard. Ooh. And we get a lottery protected first rounder, so that's not a horrible deal. So I'm going to do this. We're going to bring Kemba Walker to the team, who's a lot nicer than... honestly, I just didn't like Dwayne Wade. He's at the end. I like Dwayne Wade in his prime, don't get me wrong, but he's at the end of his career, and he's not going to cut it out for us to try and win a championship. So now I'm going to do this move between Dwight Howard and maybe Bobby Portis. I want to see if I can move them together to get somebody solid. Dario Saric would be a nice pickup just because he's cheap. Son Whiteside I could bring to the team, who is a nice center. Rudy Gay, I could bring Brook Lopez, Elfrid Payton, Harrison Barnes, Jamie Lin, Jonas Valanciunas. This is woo. That is a nice move. CJ McCollum, welcome to the team. The Bulls are looking infinitely better now if we get CJ McCollum into the starting lineup. I think if you move, I think Zach LaVine can kind of play the small forward. Yeah, technically he goes up in overall, so that's not a horrible deal for us. So we have Kemba Walker, CJ McCollum, and Zach LaVine in the backcourt. Then we have Felicio is not going to cut it, so let's check out free agents. Chris Bosh is a free agent, but that's not going to work out. So I'm going to negotiate a contract with Jared Sullinger. We can't afford it in the sense of he's not getting paid enough. So Isaiah Cannon, we're going to release you to free agency, and Paul Zipser you can walk to. So let's go pick up Jared Sullinger. He'll be a nice starting center at least for now, because I'm not planning on winning the championship in this first season, but we'll work with what we have. I can't afford him. Freaking heck. Terrence Jones. Vince Carter's here. Terrence Jones will be solid, and he's still asking for too much. Alright, 2K. Make it difficult for me. I get it. Cristiano Felicio and Jordan Clarkson. We'll move them together. See what kind of... Cody Zeller is here. Willie Cauley-Stein, Costa Kufos. That's not a horrible deal. I like Willie Cauley-Stein. He's a pretty solid player, so I might be going back to that deal, and we are going to do that. I'm going to go for Willie Cauley-Stein and Costa Kufos. Welcome to the team. Welcome to the Chicago Bulls. Let's see. I think that's going to be actually the only move I really have to do, in all honesty, because they look solid. Don't get me wrong. This team looks pretty solid. So let's see if 2K will load so I can check what the rosters are looking like. Kemba, CJ, Zach LaVine, Lauri Markkanen, Willie Cauley-Stein is the starting center for us. Courtney Lee is going to get moved now. With who? We really need a power forward. I think that's what we really need. So Costa Kufos and Courtney Lee, if I can move them together, can I get a power forward of some kind? Joakim Noah. I'm actually tempted to just pick up Joakim Noah, move him to the power forward. I can do Ryan Anderson, who would be nicer than Joakim Noah would be in the lineup that I kind of want to run. So we'll just have Ryan Anderson, and obviously all these really, really bad contracts that we're picking up are just, you know, fodder, so I can feed them into big teams that could potentially sign a free agent that I wanted. So I can at least make a higher chance of getting the players I need in free agency. So we're going to have Jalen Grant, move him to shooting guard because he'll be a nice shooting guard. Yes, so shooting guard, we're going to move him there. And we're going to have Frank Ntilikina be the backup point guard. So Jalen Grant's there, Frank Ntilikina, Lauri Markkanen, Luol Deng, and Joffrey Laverne. That's actually not a horrible bench. It's not the greatest, don't get me wrong, but this team is looking a lot better than it was at the beginning of the season. This is going to be the team that we roll with into the playoffs. We're probably not going to win a championship this first season, but it still looks a lot nicer than I expected. So I'm going to see you guys at the end of season awards because I don't think there's any moves I'm going to make. We're just going to roll with this and hope to make a splash in free agency. I'll see you guys then. Alright, so this might look crazy, but just bear with me here. I'm going to do CJ McCollum and Joffrey Laverne for Eric Bledsoe and Alan Williams. The main reason I'm doing that is there is a pick that we currently have in our position that doesn't have a lot of value in my opinion, but in 2K it does. If you're looking at not Bledsoe, but if we do Kemba Walker, not Kemba Walker by himself, oops, I accidentally did that, but we're just gonna go back. We have this top 10 protected Kings pick. The thing is, it's top 10 protected, so anything after really top 10 isn't really worth it anyways. So this is the kind of deals that we get though, because it has 2.5 star value with Kemba Walker. We already have a point guard, so that's not much of an issue for me, but there's this insanely nice deal from the Warriors where we can send them Kemba Walker and we can pick up Draymond Green essentially for free. I don't complain about that. I don't have any issues with that personally. So that'll be a nice pickup for us. I'm now going to move Zach LaVine back to shooting guard where he prefers being in shooting guard position. So I'm going to do that, and I'm going to move Lauri Markkanen into small forward because he actually goes up 2 overall. So that'll be nice for us. I like the looks of that personally. So our starting lineup's going to look a little bit cleaner. It's going to be Eric Bledsoe, Zach LaVine, Lauri Markkanen, Draymond Green, and Willie Cauley-Stein. So the center position is obviously a little bit weak, but we're just going to work with that for now. 10-man rotation as always. Jalen Grant is still the shooting guard off the bench. Luol Deng, then we have double power forwards kind of coming off the bench. I don't really care about that personally. We're 25 and 31. We're not going to win probably this season, and I don't have any issues with that. Alan Williams is expiring though after this, and he doesn't have a bird rights, so let's see if there's anything that I could get for him. Trevor Booker. Kenneth Faried is not a horrible power forward. He has 2 more years on that contract. Nothing crazy good for that. Draymond Green has some really nice value, so I'm just curious. Well, I can't do Zach LaVine because we're going to try and keep him, but if I did Draymond Green and Eric Bledsoe, would there be any really crazy deals? Just because it's always nice to look around, but doesn't really look like anything good is coming up here, so we're just going to leave it as is. Whoa. Okay. Since we're not trying to win this season anyways, Draymond Green, Eric Bledsoe, I'm just going to get Damian Lillard on the team. Screw it, because I'm not trying to win this season, but Damian Lillard, I never get him in my rebuilds. So this is actually a first for me. I've never actually been able to trade for Damian Lillard before, and that is, wow, that's a crazy good deal for me. I love Damian Lillard as a player. He's going to lead this team now. This team isn't good. Like, in comparison to anything else you'll see, this team is not that great. But this is going to be the team that we roll with. I'm going to see you guys at the end of the season awards with exactly what our roster is looking like. We're probably not going to make it in the play. Well, actually, no, we might make it in the playoffs now if Damian Lillard can carry our team. But I'll see you guys at the end of season awards with exactly what we're looking like. Hopefully, we can make it to the playoffs, but I'm not having any issues if we don't. I'll see you guys then. And here we are at the end of season awards where Russell Westbrook is your MVP at 32 points, 12 rebounds, 12 assists, 1.5 steals. Markelle Fultz is your Rookie of the Year with 16.5 points, 7 assists, 2 steals. Nurkic is your 6th Man of the Year with 10, 7, and 3. Andre Drummond's Defensive Player of the Year with 16 boards, 2.5 steals, 2.5 blocks. And Jokic is your Most Improved Player with Steve Kerr as the Golden State Warriors coach, winning Coach of the Year with 63 and 19 record. We didn't do that well personally, but that's fine. Our very own Damian Lillard makes it to All-NBA first team. I will take that. All-NBA second, nobody. All-NBA third, nobody. Do we have any other Bulls that might make it to a team? No, and I don't think we have any rookies personally, so we'll check just in case. And nope, we don't have any. So we're 37 and 45. Obviously, we didn't make it to the playoffs. We were 9th in the East. What the heck? All right, whatever. So let's look at player stats on the season. Damian Lillard was beasting and feasting. 28 points, 11 assists, Zach LaVine had 14 and 4 assists. Cameron Payne had 14 points. All right. Cameron Payne got 14. Ryan Anderson had 11. And Lauri Markkanen also had 11. So not horrible for us. Standings, you guys already saw that. We were way below, and we would, you know, we're not in contention. Let's put it that way. I'm going to see them at the playoffs, so it doesn't really matter since we're not in it anyways. I actually wonder if we get our pick back. We'll find out at the draft lottery if we made it into the, the Cavs win. Wow. LeBron averaged a triple-double, 29 points, 10 rebounds, 13.5 assists, 1.5 steal, 1 steal, 1.5 blocks. The Spurs upset the Warriors. Let's go to league meetings, make sure nothing gets changed around. We're good. Draft lottery, let's see if we made it into the lottery. Yes, we did, I think. I think we did make it into the lottery, so I think we get to keep our pick. Staff signings, is there anyone I really need to... Oh, Pop is here. Greg Popovich. I'm sorry. Kevin McHale, who I re-signed, who I signed in the season, during the season. If Pop's available, I will always sign him every single time. Let's see. Pre-draft workouts will go to... Actually, no, we're just going to go to NBA draft. It doesn't really matter. So let's see. What's our pick? We have the 12th pick. And we have a lot of really bad contracts. So let's do the fun part now. I'm going to do... who has insane salary? Ryan Anderson, Lil Deng, John Lure, and I'm gonna give these to the Warriors for like 3 picks. Oh well, they still have their players on their cap space. So let's see. What do I want to do? I think I want to move up definitely. So we're just gonna go and look for who has like the 3rd pick. The Celtics. I'll give you the 12th, and I don't know, like our future first. Who's still on contract space, or who's still on? Chinanu and Waku, do they value? No, he doesn't have any value. So let's see who still has years with us. No one that has like actual value. That's the thing. Only one I have is like Lauri Markkanen and Frank Ntilikina, but I'm not trying to move either of those guys. So let's not do that then. Let's go for like the 4th pick. And I'll give you the 12th and our future 2020 pick. And a 2nd rounder. Nope. Alright, so let's do 5th. What is the 5th pick overall? Suns. Still don't want it. Alright, 6th. One of these is going to work. I'm going to see you guys at the NBA draft with exactly where we select. I'm definitely going to want to try and get another draft. I'll see you guys then. Alright, so I actually got this nice offer for Ryan Anderson and the 12th pick overall for Jay Crowder. I'm just going to do that. We're not going to select the draft because I couldn't really find a worthy pick that I'd like to trade down to. So we're just going to, or trade up to, sorry. So we're just going to keep it as is with Jay Crowder. And then we're going to go to team player options because we don't have a pick this year. Grant will be accepted. Obviously, he'll be accepted. In campaign, I'll accept as well. Qualifying offers, anyone I need to extend it to? Yes, so I'm definitely going to extend one to Zach LaVine and hope that he comes back to our team. And next, we're going to go to my free agents. Zach LaVine, everyone's testing, so it doesn't really matter. So free agency, now we're going to do the fun part of dumping all our contract space basically onto the Warriors. So if I could do... Who is getting paid a lot? Lil Deng, Lure... anyone else getting paid a lot that I don't really want to give it to? Unwaku, I guess. And I'm gonna go to the Warriors. And we're gonna... Oh, what the heck? The Warriors have the unprotected Sacramento 1st rounder? Alright, well, gonna give them these picks and all that. Swap worst. No, I'll give you a second. Okay, I guess that works. Let's just make sure that the transaction was right. Lil Deng, John Lure, Chinan Nwaku, and a 2nd rounder for 2 firsts and a 2nd. That's fine. Whatever, it doesn't really matter. I dumped a lot of contract space right there. So now we have 40 million cap. Let's see. Free agency. Who is here? Kevin Durant is available. I'll give you a player option if you'd like to come here. DeMarcus Cousins, I would love to have on the team. He would be a nice center. And where's number one offer? Paul George, if you would like to leave the Pacers for a real team, I will accept you with open arms, and he doesn't want to. His loss, Isaiah Thomas, is available. Where's number one offer? Okay, so let's see what we're working with. Isaiah Thomas signs on the first day. Alright, let's see here. So if I'm gonna move Damian Lillard to shooting guard. He's gonna be a 91 overall as well, so he's gonna be in the backcourt. A kind of small backcourt, but I'm gonna work with it. It's not a horrible backcourt in the sense of, you know, it's not that bad. Let's just put it that way. Player contracts, we're working with 13 million cap, so a lot of our cap is still taken up because we have a lot of players down here getting paid a good bit. But let's see, DeMarcus Cousins, we'd not be able to get any of those guys. LaMarcus Aldridge we can't get. Chris Bosh, is he looking a cheap one? Anyone looking for a cheap contract? Carmelo doesn't see us as a contender. Brook Lopez still asking for a lot of money actually. Powell would see us, or he's not seeing us as a contender, but he's giving us a cheap contract. Yeah, let's see who's in bird rights. We don't have anyone in bird rights that matters. So let's see. DeMarcus Cousins sees the Spurs as the number one offer for him. And let's hope that we can get Pau Gasol. So we do. We get Pau Gasol for 2 years. That's not going to be that bad of a deal. I'm going to move him to power forward definitely. So he'll be a nice pickup for us. Chris Bosh is available. But I'm trying to see if any. Let me move Powell to power forward first. So now that he's at power forward, anyone see us as a contender now? Like Carmelo, does Carmelo see us as a contender if he's a power? No, he doesn't. He doesn't care. Let's see. Dwayne Wade is asked for a freak ton of money. Rudy Gay, Cancers asked for a lot. Obviously, Zach Randolph is. We're just a mil short of Zach Randolph. So is there anyone maybe I can move for that? Cameron Payne's getting paid $3 and a quarter. He's getting paid $3 and a quarter. He's probably not going to get minutes with us anyways. So I would. Whoa, the 76ers want to give us a nice pick for him, but I'm looking for something cheap. Hopefully, Patrick Beverly's getting paid more actually, so I can't afford Patrick Beverly. If I do this, and I'll give you like the Warriors pick. Alright, you know what? I'll do this, and I'll give you the Warriors pick. You want Lauri Markkanen for that? No. I'll give you 2 seconds, though, as well. Not going to give you Lauri Markkanen. I will give you 3 seconds. No. I will, however, give you the Warriors 21 unprotected pick. You don't want to do this deal. Alright, Zach Collins. Oh, jeez. I'm just trying to get a pick at this point. Can I do Cameron Payne for this pick? Cool. So we get the pick alone. That's all I wanted. Free agency. Who was that I was trying to sign? Zach Randolph is what I was trying to sign. Or his only offer. So hopefully Zach Randolph will sign with us now. It'd be nice to have him on the team. Please just sign with us on the first day, and he does. So we have basically all of our positions. The only one I really needed is a backup center, but we could find that one probably from the retirement home. So I'm going to see you guys at the player progression with exactly what our team is looking like. I'll see you guys then. And so this is the team starting for the second season. We have Isaiah Thomas, Damian Lillard, Jay Crowder, Pau Gasol, and Willie Cauley-Stein. Zach LaVine's actually the sixth man on the team. Zach Randolph, Lauri Markkanen, and then we signed Nene. Frank Ntilikina is going to get the minutes. Jarian Grant is not. Let's see. We do need a better center for sure. That's like one of the first things I want to do. James Johnson's here. He was not signed, so we'll take him. We'll have the CPU adjust that rotation. Cole Aldrich wants a minimum. What about? Yeah, you know, I'll. No, it doesn't really matter. James Johnson is here. I would like to do Willie Cauley-Stein and like our 2020 pick. So 2 players in a pick, and see if we can upgrade that center position. I could get Dario Saric, Lou Will, Buddy Hield, Darren Collison, Willie Hernangomez. Vucevic would not be a horrible deal because that's a better center in my opinion overall. Yeah, we'll do that. So we're Vucevic and the Orlando lottery protected pick. We're going to do that for a upgrade at our center position. I want to see if I can move, potentially if I could do that same exact setup that we just received, Vucevic and that Orlando lottery protected pick, and see if we could personally get something out of it, like a better center. Jonas Valanciunas is nice, but I don't know if he's a better center personally. Frank Kaminsky, Lowell, Tristan Thompson, Marcin Gortat. So it just goes back to that. So let's look at centers. Gonna go down because we're not gonna be able to afford to trade for any of those guys. Vucevic is here, but where is Miles Turner? I am very curious if this is possible because we have a lot of picks. If we could give those, and they're requiring 8 mil more than they can afford, so we'll take Tyson Chandler off your hands, and then we will give you Ramon Sessions in return, and I'll give you another first rounder. So Ramon Sessions doesn't really have value, so maybe somebody else. I would actually be willing to give Frank Ntilikina, so that's not going to work, unfortunately. Brook Lopez is getting paid a lot of money, so we can't afford him. So I think that's just going to be it. We'll just roll with Nikola Vucevic for now until maybe he potentially gets more value later on. But we're looking at Isaiah Thomas. The starting lineup is basically the same, but off the bench we have Zach LaVine, Zach Randolph, Lauri Markkanen, and Nene. Ntilikina is definitely going to get those point guard minutes, so he can be the point guard off the bench. We're going to have team chemistry, make sure that actually it's not as bad, so we're just going to set it to player type. 37% chemistry. I'm going to see you guys at the trade deadline or the end of season awards, depending on which one happens. If I make any moves, obviously you'll see them. Otherwise, I'll see you at the end of season awards. I'll see you guys then. So I'm trying to make this trade go through for Jay Crowder, for basically Josh Jackson and 2 first rounders. If I do like another 2 seconds, and that goes through, so now we have Josh Jackson, who I like at small forward a little bit better just because he's younger too. So the starting lineup looks almost the same, except now we have Josh Jackson, who's defensively a beast. And the rest of the team is still looking pretty solid. I want to make sure Frank Ntilikina, yeah, he is getting those minutes. So the rest of the team is looking nice. I'm going to simulate now to the end of season awards. I don't think there's really anything else that we can really do to upgrade this team, so I'll see you guys then. So we're going to try and trade Pau Gasol and a couple picks for Draymond Green. In my opinion, he's just a little bit better. We do need to give him someone who is making around 7 mil, which actually nobody is. Actually, it might be easier if I do this. If I do Vucevic in these two. There we go. So it worked. Actually, I gave him 2 first rounders and Vucevic. We get Draymond Green. So now all I have to do is try and move Pau Gasol and like a first rounder, and see if I could get a center, a solid center. Worst case scenario, I just move Pau to center position, and that's not going to be a horrible deal. Let's see who might be an attainable center though. I could actually maybe trade for Vucevic almost straight up back again. Like that. And then we'd be making a little bit too much Jalen Grants for him. And then you give us your worst player in that guy. Okay, so not the worst player. Worst player that's not making a freak ton of money. Lawson. Oh, so that worked. So we bring Vucevic back basically. So essentially it was a trade for Pau Gasol, but we were kind of trying to make the contract space work, so we were flipping a lot of players for that. But that works out. We get an upgrade at the power forward position, definitely, in Draymond Green. So the team is looking nice. Chemistry is 58%, so it's not horrible, it's not the best, but we have Isaiah Thomas, Damian Lillard, Josh Jackson, Draymond Green, and Nikola Vucevic. Basically all that was just to bring Vucevic back to the team, and I gave a bunch of top potential camps to Zach LaVine, so now he's an 80, almost an 83 once Chem is fixed. And the rest of the team is actually looking not super bad. I like the look of this team. We're having 81 overall, Josh Jackson too, so I'm going to simulate now to the end of season awards, and hopefully we can make a splash. Let's see if I need a contract extension to anybody. Ineligible. I do have bird rights on both of those guys, so I'm just going to keep that as is. And we are going to see you guys at the end of season awards. Hopefully we can make a splash in the playoffs, and hopefully we can make a run out of championship. I'll see you guys then. Here we are at the end of season awards, where Russell Westbrook is your MVP, back-to-back years, 31, 12, and 12, basically. Mike Porter's your Rookie of the Year with 18.5 and 8 rebounds, 2 assists coming out of him, too. What team does he play for? The Suns. Kemba Walker is your 6th Man of the Year, backing up Steph Curry. Anthony Davis is your Defensive Player of the Year. Marcus Smart is Most Improved. And Mike D'Antoni of the Houston Rockets is your Coach of the Year. Do we have any Bulls on an All-NBA team? Maybe 2nd. Nobody. Maybe 3rd. Nobody. Defensive. Nobody. and I don't think we have any rookies, so this probably doesn't count towards us either, but it's worth a look. 46 and 36 was good enough for 4th in the Eastern Conference. Let's go look at the standings. We were 11 games behind the Cavs, which put us way like 15 behind the Houston Rockets. Let's look at player stats. Isaiah Thomas led us in scoring with 20 points a game, 5 assists. Damian Lillard had 16 and 5. Zach LaVine had 14 off the bench, 13 coming out of Josh Jackson. Vucevic had 10 and 7. Zach Randolph had 10 and 8. Draymond Green had 10, 6, 7 assists, 1.5 steals, and 1.5 blocks. So not horrible numbers coming out of him. Coaching, set that up. Hopefully, I don't know if we're gonna be able to make a run this playoffs. We're up against the Milwaukee Bucks of all teams too. So I don't know if we're gonna be able to take them on, but we'll simulate the game. We'll take. Can we go up 2-1, please? So we go up 2-1. We're up 3-1. Can we beat them in 5? And we beat them in 5, luckily enough. And the Detroit Pistons might be upsetting the Cavs. Nope. And the Cavs come back from a 3-1 lead. The Cavs take the first game. Can we change the lineup down to a 9-man rotation? So let's simulate the game now. Can we go up? So they go up 2-1. Can we go? They're up 3-1, and we're probably going to lose. And we lose in 5, unfortunately. Not the best. But let's see. LeBron James is your finals MVP with 25 points, 9 rebounds, 10 assists. Oh well, unfortunately we couldn't win that. League meetings will reject that. Staff signings doesn't really matter. NBA draft, we don't have a pick, and we don't have any rookies, so we'll just go straight to team player options. Let's see here. So yes, Markkanen and Ntilikina will accept both of them. Back to the team qualifying offers. Anyone I need to extend it to? No, my free agents. However, let's see who's here. Zach LaVine is expired, and they're testing, it looks like. So let's go look at player contracts. Who's making a lot? Draymond Green is making a good bit of money, and so is Isaiah Thomas. But Isaiah Thomas is on a lockdown contract. Who is here? That's the real question. Kawhi is here. Karl Anthony Towns is never going to be touchable. You can't touch Karl Anthony Towns in this game. Marc Gasol sees us as a contender, however. If he comes to this team on that mid-level, alright, thank you so much, 2K. You're making this rebuild real easy for me. I'm going to sign both of these guys back to our teams on those bird rights that we have on them. Come on, 2K, just load. Just let me get my players back. Let me make sure that we are their only offers too. So, Vucevic and Zach LaVine, welcome back to the team. Any older guys that might be willing to sign with us for cheap? Tony Allen would be super nice to get to this team. Tony Allen, please come to the team. I'll move you to small forward. You will be a very nice defensive small forward to come off the bench. I'm thinking this year would be a definite run for the playoffs if we could get Tony Allen, and we get Tony Allen. So let's see if there's any. Tyson Chandler, if you're willing to take a minimum, and he is. He's a nice center still. Zaza Pachulia, Darren Williams. I'd sign Darren Williams. So let's see if we get these two guys. I get Darren Williams. He's taken. I gotta decline him. He didn't want the mid level. I didn't even realize. Tyson Chandler. We can't sign Tyson Chandler either. Whatever. It doesn't matter. They wanted the minimum, so I'm not sure why we couldn't sign them. But player progression, we have everyone kind of going up a little bit. Zach LaVine's now up to an 83. Josh Jackson's an 83. Vucevic is an 81. Lauri Markkanen is up to an 80. So the team is looking super nice. I like the look of this already. Our center position got a flat-out upgrade in Marc Gasol. Rightfully so, too, because he saw us as a contender with that insanely nice and deep backcourt. Auto-generate, because this is going to be the last season. We're going to give an untapped potential. The first one I want to give to Zach LaVine. I want to make sure that he keeps developing. And the second one I'm going to give to Josh Jackson, and he's still an A. So both of those guys, I just want to keep them developing as much as I can. Have 2K sign whoever they want to bring. So now our team is looking like Isaiah Thomas, Damian Lillard, Josh Jackson, Draymond Green, and Marc Gasol is the starting lineup. But off the bench, we have Zach LaVine, Nikola Vucevic, Lauri Markkanen, Zach Randolph, and Frank Ntilikina, who's going to get some minutes now. This team is looking super nice. Like, don't get me wrong, I like the look of this team a lot. But I'm just curious. It's not a guarantee I'd do it anyways. If there would be like a crazy, I could get Jabari Parker onto the team. Just let that sink in for a little bit here. I could bring Jabari freaking Parker to the team. Chris Bosh, Isaac Bonga, but I'm sorry, dude. But Jabari Parker, if I could bring him to the team, I'm gonna do it. I don't need Colin Sexton. Oh, I do actually need Colin Sexton. So let's go back to this. Can I trade somebody that's not Zach Randolph? Actually, you know what? I will give you Zach Randolph. That's fine. Rajon. We signed Rondo somehow. Whatever. This doesn't really matter. Welcome to the team, Jabari Parker. I like him better for the power forward position we have, because for some reason, Draymond Green in 2K always underperforms, unlike in real life where he performs like crazy. So, Jabari Parker is now our new starting power forward. That is going to be it. I'm going to simulate to the trade deadline. I will see you guys then. We're definitely going to make a run of the playoffs. Hopefully, we can finish off as a first seed this season, and I'll see you guys then at the end of the season awards or the trade deadline if I make any moves. Alright, so we're missing the power forward to come off the bench. So what I did was find this deal for Colin Sexton, Nikola Vucevic, a second rounder, and Garrett Temple for essentially Jamal Crawford, Jermichael Green, and Enes Kanter. To me, that's not a horrible deal. Enes Kanter is arguably almost the same kind of player, where he's offensively pretty solid like Vucevic, so he'll be nice for our bench still. But I really wanted to have a backup power forward, and Jermichael Green will be just that. I'm going to give him those minutes, and he'll be a nice piece to add on to the team. And so that's basically all I wanted to do, was make sure that we had a nice backup power forward, and the rest of the roster is looking good. We're 35 and 13, which is second in the conference. We're actually behind the Wizards, so hopefully we can finish off as a first seed. Fingers crossed. I'll see you guys at the end of season awards with exactly what the team's with exactly what we're doing. Hopefully we can make it as a first seed in the conference. We might make it as a second, but I'll take that too. So I'll see you guys then. And here we are at the end of season awards, where Russell Westbrook sweeps the MVPs 29, 11, and 10 with 1 steal. Marvin Bagley III is your rookie of the year with 20 and 11 coming out of him. Pretty insane numbers too. Yeah, second overall. Wow, yeah, it's pretty nice. Sharif O'Neal is your 6th man of the year, 18, 7, and 2. Some nice numbers coming out of him, actually. Marvin Bagley is also defensive player of the year. Wow, actually, I did not even notice his defensive stats. 3 steals, 3 blocks a game. That's crazy, dude. Holy crap. TJ McConnell is your most improved with the Clippers, and Kevin Hamilton of the Houston Rockets is your coach of the year. Do we have any Bulls on an all-NBA team? Wow, I don't think we have any. Maybe defensively? And none here either. All defensive. Even Lonzo Ball made it to all defensive second team. So we don't have anyone. But we were 55 and 27, which is good enough for second in the Eastern Conference. We were 8 games behind the Wizards. Who do they even have? Bradley Beal, John Wall, Markieff Morris. They have like the same team except for Jordan Brown. I don't know how they're so good suddenly. But our player stats, we had 17 points, 8 rebounds coming out of Jabari Parker. Isaiah Thomas had 16 and 5. Josh Jackson had 15. 14 points came out of Damian Lillard. Zach LaVine had 13, and Enes Kanter had 11 and 8. 2 blocks came out of Marc Gasol, as he had 10 points and 7 boards. So it's some nice numbers, in all honesty. Nothing super crazy. All right, though. Let's check and see who we're up against actually in this first round. We're up against the Milwaukee Bucks. Do they still have the same team? Yogi Ferrell, Chris Middleton, Giannis Antetokounmpo, Draymond Green is their power forward now that we traded for Jabari Parker. What we're gonna do is change over the coaching setup for a little bit. We're gonna make sure that our starters get a good bit of minutes here. I'm gonna make sure that Gasol at least has 32, 33. I'm going to make sure these guys get 34 each. Maybe 36. Jabari's going to get 34, and that should be good enough. I want to make sure that those guys get some good minutes, so we're going to simulate the current round. We should be able to beat the Bucks. Don't get me wrong, though. Giannis is pretty terrifying, and we do successfully beat them. The Wizards swept the Heat, and we're up against the Cavaliers, who I think they have the same team. They have Jalen Grant as their starting shooting guard now. LeBron James, Kevin Love. They have MKG, who's actually a nice pickup. I'm gonna be honest, as a backup small forward for them, he'd be super nice. Let's fix this to a 9-man rotation. Now I'm gonna do is take away these minutes from him, because unfortunately he doesn't really need those minutes. What I will do is I'm actually gonna move. Let me do this real quick. I'm gonna give these minutes up to these guys. 36. He needs to get 37. 32, and then I'm gonna move Tony Allen. I'm gonna move him to small forward, and I'm gonna give him Markkanen's minutes, because he's gonna be a little bit better defensively than Markkanen will be. So hopefully he can lock down LeBron if we have to. So let's simulate the next game. Are they gonna sweep us? No, but they beat us in 6. Unfortunately, we couldn't beat the Cavs. And the Clippers win the finals. 90 overall, Blake Griffin. 22-6-6 out of him as he sweeps the Cavaliers. Unfortunately, we couldn't beat him with this team. This team is still pretty nice, and I didn't really do any trades in that last season. But Damian Lillard, Isaiah Thomas, Marcus Gasol, Jabari Parker, Josh Jackson, Zach LaVine, Enes Kanter, and Lauri Markkanen. Then we had Frank Ntilikina, Tony Allen, JaMychal Green, Jamal Crawford, Dedrick Lawson. Obviously, those guys didn't really get any minutes, but unfortunately, we couldn't win this season. We couldn't bring the Bulls a championship, but this team does look super nice. They would totally win a championship in real life with this kind of stacked of a roster. So if you guys enjoyed the video, feel free to leave a like and a comment down below. Subscribe if you'd like to as well. If there's a team you want to see me rebuild in the next one, feel free to leave that down in the comments below. If there's a challenge that you think would be nice as well, feel free to leave that down because I do read every single comment and I try to respond to them whenever I can. So thank you guys for watching. Until next time.